Hello, guys. Hello. You're welcome to In His Presence podcast, and today is a wonderful day, and we have an amazing topic to discuss on today. And I'm your host, Francis Spotlight, and here with me is my co-host.
Ogunleye Oyindamola. Hi guys.
Yeah, that's Olinda. Okay, today we'll be discussing on the topic sugar mommy and sugar daddy relationship. What is your take on this? And guess what? We want you to join us in this engagement. Just make sure you drop your comment in the comment section down there. Just drop your comment though. Let it not be like we're just talking. We want to also hear what you have to say. But now we're going to be giving you our take on these amazing, wonderful questions we have here to ask. Okay, now, in no particular order, the first question is, what drives someone to seek out a sugar arrangement, and how does this impact their self-worth and relationship? Oyin, do you have something you want to say about this?
Yeah, I have something to say. I feel like why people look for sugar daddies and sugar mommies is because they are financially unstable and they feel down. Because I read an article, I think as a last month, why this girl was always going after older men, and she was like, oh, because the young guys these days, they're looking for too much, and she felt like she was no match, and the older men did not want much. They just wanted her. They wanted her pleasure. They wanted her to just give them pleasure, and they were even giving her more money. And from there, she got her first car, her first house. So I'm like, those kind of things, I feel like sometimes it comes from their family ground. Sometimes it comes from trauma. I feel like we don't talk about that enough. So I feel like, yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like it comes from their mindset, how they were groomed, what were they thinking, or maybe their self-consciousness or their financial status.
Okay, that's amazing. My take on this is actually, like you said, when it comes to you look at the upbringing, the family upbringing, the background of these people. So if an individual find themselves in a family where either their dad does not provide, or things are not stable in the home, so everybody activates their survival mode. So now, what happens is that people seek sugar daddy and sugar mommy arrangement because of financial, not capabilities, but incapabilities, because they are not financially sound or buoyant. So what happens is they go and displease somebody else that is in a successful relationship, destroy their relationship just to be able to benefit or get something from it. So these people are not even different. They are destroyers. Let's be honest with ourselves. They are destroyers. These people are destroyers. And also, what I've come to notice is this: when it comes to all these particular things, people need to also keep this in mind, that you can't destroy someone else's happiness and think when you have yours, you're going to be happy. This is what goes on in most of these, relationship of a thing, or when it comes to people going to get a sugar daddy who is a married man, or getting a sugar mommy who is a married woman. So this is common in our societies of today, and I feel that it's not something that I feel has a positive impact. It's actually, for me, it comes from the angle of negative impact when it comes to relationship or self-worth. So that's my take on that. So now we're going to go straight to the second question. Now this question is, how do power dynamic play out in sugar relationship, and can they ever be truly equal? Sorry. So what do you think about this?
I don't think they can be equal though, because one is the supplier, the other one is collecting. It's more like one is being dependent. So whoever is playing the sugar mommy or sugar daddy role is more dominant, because at the end of the day, the relationship favors the financial providers, to be honest, because you are giving to this person. I'm older than you. I'm older than you. What do you know? Okay, I'm the one giving to you. So if you want me to continue giving to you, you have to follow this particular route. And I feel like there will be no boundaries set. So the sugar mommy, sugar daddy kind of relationship, I don't think it doesn't. The power dynamics is more like senior junior. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, my take on this question is, I see it like a slave and a master kind of a relationship, because one person is the receiver, one person is at the receiving end, and one person is at the giving front. So it's not something that, you can say the receiver is on the top. And also, the reason why such mentality exists is because of some people, they just, you want something, so you're ready to do what the giver tells you to do. So you become slave to that person. Willingly, it's a willing act to become this person's play toy, or this person used to fulfill their fantasies or sexual desires, or because you're benefiting from the far end of it. But at the same time, the power dynamics always shows that the giver is the one in the upper hand and the receiver is the one doing yes sir, yes ma, or because you just want to keep receiving that thing. But to me, I don't think this is godly. I think this is people deliberately or intentionally putting themselves into these situations that displeases God, or because of financial or material benefits. So that is it for me. Let's move down to the third question. First question: what are the potential risks and consequences of engaging in a sugar arrangement, particularly for the financial dependent partner? So, what do you have to say about this?
Potential risk. The potential risk is, I feel like even while they're trying to make the person, while they're trying to seek emotional validation, I feel like it also brings your self-esteem down. I don't know if you knew of this viral video that the woman was talking about her sugar boy video where she was saying, "Had it been
That she told the presenter, if I slap you.
that video. Now you see so in a case like that where she was saying, "Oh, put this clothes I bought for you, this thing I bought for you," it brings about shame, insecurities. Because at the end of the day, you see, they might say, there's some men that will tell you, old men will say, if I'm not looking at you, who else will look at you? That kind of thing. Or you see young men being, having sugar mummies, and at the end of the day, they're just being harassed day to day. Like if they're not doing what they're told to do, they're being insulted. So I feel like it brings a lot to the table mentally, like in a bad way. So I just feel like, it's not nice. And then there's also social judgment. You have a lot of other things. People are judging you, social media. There's a lot, to be honest. So I feel like sugar mama and sugar daddy relationship is not something I advise anybody to go into, because there are a lot of risk in it. It's like the only thing enjoyable, which doesn't even which is not even worth the disadvantage, is just the money you are having. So what's the point? That's why I feel.
Okay. My take on this question is there are potential risks and consequences, because like I said, one thing I've come to know, the consequences from a spiritual standpoint is, one thing I know is people that sleep with married people, be it a man or a woman, they are, number one, they are desecrating the covenant of marriage, meaning they are putting asunder in marriage, destroying marriages of people that don't even know that they are having affairs with their partner. That's number one. Number two is also a cost that is being placed. Sometimes you see men that engage themselves in this thing and never ever, when it's their turn to get married, get a woman pregnant, or a woman, when it's her turn to get pregnant, I won't be okay. But the thing is that giving birth will not be possible because she has already destroyed or desecrated someone else's marriage, and this is another reason. And when it comes to this thing called sugar relationship, another consequence is that this thing does not last, because in the end, it's done in the secret, it's done in the shadows. People are not aware of this. People do this in secret. You understand me? So what happens is that one day is that everything that is in darkness must surely come to light, and it's just a matter of time. So I think the risk is that when this thing comes to light and people get to find out about it, such a lady might have difficulty in getting married. Imagine if that lady now finds herself that she ends up, now the consequences for a man and a woman is different. A man might do some certain thing and go free with it, but he has the spiritual consequences. But for a woman, she has the spiritual consequences, and the societal and physical consequences is that it might be difficult for her to get married, because somebody might see her and be like, this lady, one of my friends, I don't deal with them before now, that kind of a thing. So it becomes difficult for that lady to actually remarry, because anytime she finds somebody she loves, somebody that knows her from her past life, we always have something to say. And these men, they also have their past life, but based on how the world is built, they would see the woman's own as the most loud one that everybody have to pound on and say, no, you can't marry her, but we are all sinners. You understand me? So that is my take on it, and I feel it's something that has risks. It's something very dangerous, and the consequences is spiritual, physical, and it will definitely come. Just a matter of time. So that is it for the question number 3. Now down to the question number 4. It goes this way: can sugar relationship ever evolve into meaningful long-term connections, or are they inherently transactional? So what's your take on that, Tony?
Well, to be honest with you, I've seen, like a sugar mommy and sugar daddy relationship work out, obviously, between people that never had any relationships. Like the old man is not married, or he was divorced, and there's this young girl, looking for an old man. So I've seen that work. We have a lot of them, like right now in this generation. However, I feel like I don't think it's going to work out that much. Why? Because the relationship between these two people, like you said, is a master and slave kind of relationship. It's not something that anybody will want from themselves, except if both of you have mutual trust or whatsoever it may be. But I don't think it will work out. My own point of view, I feel like it will not work out, because there's a lot on the line. Imagine having to. There's a lot, honestly speaking, because you get married to somebody, and then even while they're not insulting you every day, because there was something one girl said that the reason why she likes her old man is because every time he's always praising her. But I'm sure there's something she's not telling us, because at the end of the day, we all know old men. When they tell you to do something and you are not doing it well, there's an insult that comes with it, So at the end of the day, this sugar mommy, sugar daddy, especially sugar mommy's side, the boy and the reduction of self-esteem, and then you now have children, and then you see your sugar mommy or sugar daddy talking to you. To me, I don't think it's not normal. So I feel like I don't think it will actually evolve to a meaningful kind of relationship. Yeah.
Okay. I like the fact you talked about let's say for instance a sugar daddy that is a spinster, no wife, okay, and
Yeah.
they're on their own now. They meet a young lady, and definitely they might be is this man not old enough to be your father kind of thing, and in the end it works out for them. They get married. I've heard of such. I don't even know. Probably Regina Daniels on started from but his own is that the man married her. You get me? It's not like the man is sleeping with her. He married her. You get me? I don't know about the whole thing, but I felt something similar to that. But generally, I don't think for the case of other people that they have their partner but they are doing this secretly, I don't think it's going to lead to any meaningful relationship, because what happened is that for a guy, if the lady finds you talking to other ladies like just your friends, so she'll start insulting you. Oh, you're sharing yourself with her and all those kind of things. So you start hiding, and it's no. On the long run, it's not something that one can be comfortable with, because you have to do what your master says as a slave. If you're a slave to money, you're a slave to being controlled. Understand me? So it's just something, it's just a transactional thing. Like, I please you, you pay me. It's more like, I'll even say this is more like an advanced part of Olusho or prostitution. But the other way is just that, yeah, that's just your truth. The other way is just that you're doing it with somebody that is married or somebody that is just way older to be your father or their father. And I feel we know these things we know what God is against, you get me, as human beings, but we just do what we want to do in the end. But like I said, there's always going to be a consequence for actions that people make or decision they take without discerning or looking if God is going to be happy with it or not. So that's just it for me. Okay. So let's go to the final question on this topic. Now the question is, how do societal attitude towards age, wealth, and relationship contribute to the prevalence of sugar arrangements? So how does it would I say paint this narrative that led to all this whole sugar arrangement in the societal attitude towards age, wealth, and relationship? Because if you notice, I mentioned an elderly man that does not have a wife sees a young girl, okay, and wants to marry her. The society will talk, Abby. They talk. And most people do these things because of is either there's wealth in that place. Let me just go there. And I use Regina Daniel as an example. According to a source, I heard that the man actually befriended her mom, okay? And since she was getting money from the man, and it got to a point she was no longer as sweet or as up to service like the man was expecting, then she had to put her daughter in line to continue from where she stopped. Understand me? So there was a switch. So now money is still coming in, it's still inside the family. So even if you cannot be with me anymore, take my daughter. That's from a source I read, but I don't know how true that is, but it's so obvious. It's money, that's why they're there. But what is your take on this?
Well, definitely I think like the social media platform, the social media has approved of this age gap relationship a lot. Because there was a post I saw where she was saying her type of guy is she's 18 years and her type of guy is 27, 30. And you will now see other comments below saying even wider age ranges, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So at the end of the day, there's something I always say, so you choose what you want to take from social media. But I feel like at the end of the day, the social media also is pushing the narrative, is accepting it, and is approving of it. So since they are not disapproving, since they are not disagreeing with that narrative, a lot of people have become comfortable with it, and a lot of people even want to take that route. Like, they want to take it that route because it looks easier. So I feel like social media has added a lot of, they've added a lot, to be honest. And also this financial pressure of a thing, and it's like seeing your friends doing well or going on social media and you see somebody, oh, I'm doing well, posting about her, posting her cars and houses, and then you're like, okay, let me see your husband, and it's some one old man, While I said take what you want from social media, a lot of people want to live their life. So I feel the social media contributes too, but then it's still a personal decision, because you cannot remove the social media from anybody's life. Like, you just have to see it there. If it appears, you see it's your choice. Do I want to follow this path or do I not want to follow this path? But yeah, I feel like that's what social media contributes to this sugar daddy, sugar mommy kind of relationship.
Okay, when it comes to me, I just feel when it comes to societal attitude towards all these things, I feel that even people are now enabling all these things. So we have lots of enablers that have made these things look like a norm, okay, in the society. And I also feel that one thing we should all know is that people are seeing this thing as a poverty elevation system, a shortcut whereby they can actually escape poverty. And you know what, if you are with that young guy and he's treating you this way, why not just go with an old man that will give you everything you want? And it's not the same, you understand me? So people are painting this false reality to themselves, and they're engaging in all these things. You get me? So social media
Yeah.
or the society is actually even enabling all these things. You see parents selling out their daughters to men just because of either wealth or either their status or there's something they are benefiting. So these people find themselves. I feel this thing has to do with a lot of pressure in the society and also the economic state of the country. Everybody is on survival mode and people are looking for any means to become successful. But the means that require patience and hard work and consistency, everyone is ignoring it. So I feel that when it comes to the societal attitude towards all these things, I feel that we even have more enablers than people that are speaking against it. But in the end, we have to know that one with God is majority, and we are not going to move with the minority. That to them, in their eyes, what they are doing, they're in the majority. So that is the decision we have to make for ourselves. Yeah. So that's just it. So before we wrap up, do you have any final thing you want to say concerning the whole everything we've discussed so far in general? What would be your advice to young ladies out there? And I'll give the advice to the young men out there. So what do you have to say?
Okay. My advice to the young ladies is please be patient, because at the end of this is like being pressured financially, seeking emotional validation, impatience. Be patient. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you're always bringing God." Yes, God is always be the center of everything. Go into God, and in God you find yourself. And after you find yourself, I doubt you need any other emotional validation from any other kind of man. And your man will find you. Be patient. Everybody's time is different. Your time is different. Their time is different. The fact that they are doing it well now does not mean their source is clean. There's something Pastor Lazarus said. He said, the results doesn't really matter. What matters is the report. How are you getting this thing? Is it clean? And when you are enjoying it or when you are living in it, do you feel good? Are you happy? Be patient. Be patient. Marry and be happy. Do life and be happy. Like, you don't want to go into a sugar daddy relationship and then you start having to question yourself every time, am I doing the right thing? You wake up in the morning and you are not happy to see your partner. You pretend you're living a life that you are not even happy in, and then you're coming to portray something else. That is a very, very hard struggle. So just be patient, be in God, wait on His timing, and everything will fall in place. So yeah, that's the advice I have to give to a young girl.
Okay. Thank you for that one. So now, when it comes to me, the final thing I just want to say to guys out there is that just keep on, let's say, focusing on your purpose, because it is only purpose through your purpose you're going to come to true actualization of who you are. And engaging in sugar mommy whole thing is not something nice to me, because it has a lot of spiritual and physical consequences that I don't think that any one of you guys will want to be paying for, or because you could not just wait on God and focus on that which you have, which is your talents, your gifts, or whatever it is He has given you. So the thing here is, I feel that there's a saying that goes this way: patience is virtue, and a bird in hand is worse than 1,000 in a bush. So be patient on God, and He's going to do that which He needs to do for you. But if you're doing anything that is against His will or against His commandments, it's more like you're choosing death instead of life. So with all this said and done, I think I myself and my host here, or my co-host Oyinda, we've come to the conclusion that sugar mommy or sugar daddy thing is not a thing that is wise for anyone to engage themselves in, because we're speaking this from a Christian platform, a podcast that is not something that we should engage in, because it's against the teaching, the scripture, the word of God. And God is not going to permit people that want to break the covenant of marriage, that want to put asunder, or because of their selfishness. And also, because of people came from poverty or a poor family, doesn't mean that is the end of their story. God always has His plan. Jesus came from a place called Nazareth, where no one thought that anything good can come out from there. He also changed the story of Jabez. He can change your story. So let's keep on believing in God. And thank you for listening to the podcast. And until we come your way again in the next episode, don't forget to drop your comment, like, share the video to your friends. And also, we'd love to see your comments on your take on this topic. And I pray that everything we've said here today is going to give life to the listeners. And may God continue to bless you all. Until I come your way again, I remain Francis Spotlight and my co-host
Oyindamola Ogunaya.
You have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Bye.